What's up everyone, Ian here with NA Beer Reviews. I'm here in Yakima, Washington at Yakima Valley Hops headquarters, and today we're going to be tasting two hopped kombuchas.
Use the finest brewing skills. Smooth taste of just pure beer. Beer, cold, crisp, no preservatives. Clean, crisp taste that says beer.
So a couple years ago, I was sitting with my sister in her kitchen, and I had just started brewing my own kombucha, and I'd been sober for about 2 years. And I was thinking, why hasn't anyone started putting hops in kombucha? It makes sense. It's a carbonated, mildly alcoholic drink, just waiting for some flavoring hops. And furthermore, I started thinking to myself, why don't breweries start having some hopped kombucha on tap for people who aren't drinking alcohol that day, but really want to, have something similar to a beer with a hop profile. Lo and behold, not even 1 year later did I come across Humm Hopped Grapefruit Kombucha. I was incredibly excited when I saw this at the store the first time. I got it in a bottle and I popped it open as soon as I got in the car. Blown away by the hop profile. It's delicious. They really went hard with the hops, which I'm a big fan of. Not before too long did I see more kombuchas on the market with hops. I haven't found anything that's quite as in your face as the Humm kombuchas, especially grapefruit hop. But it's nice to see other kombucha companies putting something out on the market. So let's get into it. The first kombucha we're going to be trying today is the Brew Dr citrus hops. This includes organic hops. We don't know what the variety is, but let's go ahead and give it a try. Well, it really pours like a beer. There's a nice amount of head on this kombucha. Almost reminds me of a hef. Pretty yellow in color. Lots of carbonation. I mean, the bubbles are just lining the cup. You can barely even see through this thing at all. It's pretty hazy also, but really just lots and lots of carbonation, which may not be a bad thing. Let's go ahead and give it a smell. It's kombucha, so of course I'm smelling like a mild vinegar smell, some fruitiness. But I can't really say that I'm getting any hop notes, unfortunately. And to be really honest, I don't really smell much of anything. It's like a pretty neutral smelling drink, except for the sort of pungentness of the kombucha itself, that vinegary smell. See, the head is settled down. We still have lots and lots of carbonation. Let's give it a taste. I like Brew Doctor's kombucha because it's pretty dry. They don't fool around. There's not a lot of extra sugar in it. In fact, there's only 5 grams of sugar in this, and a total of, 6 grams of carbs. There's a little bit of sweetness, but again, it's a really dry kombucha. Tons of carbonation. My whole mouth gets coated with bubbles, which I really like. It's very effervescent. That's great to me. Now, unfortunately, I'm not getting a lot of hops here. And this may be because of their approach to adding the hops to the kombucha. When they're adding the hops to their kombucha, probably also has an impact on the flavor, whether or not it's dry hopped or added at the time of brewing the tea is going to make a difference. If they're adding it during the brew, it's going to make the kombucha a little bit more bitter, which could be cool, but you're not going to get a lot of that hop aroma and hop flavor that you would get if, for example, they dry hopped the kombucha, which is something that I'm really interested in because I love really, really hoppy flavors and really, really hoppy aromas. That being said, it's definitely not a bad kombucha. It's very tasty, very dry. I would drink this for sure on a regular daily basis. But it's not doing it for me in the hops. I want more hops, Brew Dr. Now, let's go ahead and check out Humm's Hopped Grapefruit. I will say that I've had this many times. It's sort of my go-to when it comes to hopped kombucha. When I see it in the stores, it's hard for me to pass up. It's a great combination of flavors. And Humm's been around for a long time. They're kind of a hometown hero here in Seattle. They're actually from Bend, Oregon, and Brew Doctor's from Portland. But I don't know, they've been around for a long time. They've partnered with the Seahawks, and I just like their kombucha. It's more on the juicy side, so you get a lot more sweetness and like juice, fruit flavors. It's not as dry and it's not as neutral as Brew Doctor. See how it pours. All right, so you can see that the carbonation is like significantly different between these two kombuchas, and the color too. Humm is more of an orange hue. The Brew Doctor has clarified quite a bit, but it's definitely more on the yellow side. Much bigger bubbles on the Brew Doctor, a lot smaller bubbles on the Humm. Brew Doctor poured with a much bigger head, and it reminded me a lot more of a beer. Humm had a little bit of head, and it seems like it's actually like lacing a lot nicer than the Brew Doctor. Brew Doctor didn't really have any lacing at all, but Humm, yeah, you can see there's some nice lacing. Okay, so boom, right off the bat, this smells delicious. Definitely some fruity, grapefruit, sort of pomegranate strawberry aromas, but also I can smell the hops, which excites me. I barely even get any notes of kombucha. I'm not getting the vinegary smell that I got from the Brew Doctor. But it really has a nice nose on it. This is a great smelling kombucha. Let's go ahead and taste it. So good, so good. Like I said, it's much fruitier, much juicier, and the kombucha is more muted. So it's just a really nice blend of kombucha and juice. It seems to me like the first time I had this, the hops were really, really clear and obvious. Like I could definitely taste the hoppiness right away. This batch here, and I usually get it out of a bottle, this is out of a can, I'm not sure that I taste the hops as much as I did originally. It's really, really tasty. Now, part of that is because the Humm kombucha has twice as much sugar as the Brew Doctor. Brew Doctor has 5 grams of sugar, and Humm has 12 grams of sugar and 14 grams of carbs total. So it's a sweeter kombucha, but it definitely also has a lot more interesting flavor happening. If you're going for more of a basic kombucha and you just want something dry and more like medicinal, Brew Doctor is good. The name kind of represents its flavor. If you want something more fruity and exciting, Humm is really tasty. I have noticed the trend in hopped kombucha is for the kombucha makers to really sort of be conservative on the hoppiness. For me, I want them to go the other direction. I want them to start like adding double hops. Like I'll just start adding like my own hops. I'll get a hop tincture and just start dropping it in there because I want my kombucha to really like just have like that hoppiness of a dry hop double IPA. That's what I'm going for. That's where my vision is. So kombucha makers, please start making some extremely hoppy experimental batches for us. I think that would be awesome. Overall, I like both of these kombuchas. I like Brew Doctor because, again, it's dry and there are no frills, right? This is a kombucha that I would drink on a regular basis because it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, just 5 grams. And that's, for me, like something that I could have probably, every other day, every day and feel good about. I really love the way that Humm tastes, but I would have this more as a treat, maybe like once a month, because it does have 12 grams of sugar. That's quite a bit, but it also just tastes awesome. Like the balance of their flavors, the hoppiness comes through, the fruitiness comes through. It's a really, really delicious kombucha. I'm grateful to both of these companies for taking a risk and making some hopped kombuchas. Please continue to do it. I want to see more varieties out there. I really am excited to explore new flavors in hopped kombucha. And if you do release any more varieties, please let me know so I can taste them and do a review. Awesome. Thanks for checking it out, guys.